They say airports never sleep. Even long after the last flight departs, something remains. In the shadows of abandoned terminals and rusting hangars, stories linger. Whispers of footsteps where no one walks. Echoes of engines that haven't run in decades. From forgotten runways in the deserts of Nevada to overgrown airfields buried in Europe's forests, pilots, guards, and explorers have all reported the same thing. Strange lights, voices in the dark, and shadows that move on their own. What haunts these empty airports? Residual energy from the machines that once ruled the skies? Or something far older and far stranger? This is the untold story of the Haunted Hangar, where aviation's past refuses to stay grounded. Every aircraft has a story, and not all of them end with a safe landing. Some say ghosts of crashed pilots return to the hangars where they once took off, unable to let go of the runway that betrayed them. At the Croydon Airport in London, witnesses report seeing a man in 1930s pilot gear pacing the hangar floor at night. Security footage once captured the faint sound of a propeller, even though every plane in the building was still. In Arizona's Davis-Monthan Boneyard, the world's largest aircraft graveyard, explorers speak of glowing lights moving between the wings of retired bombers, lights that vanish when approached. These hangars are more than storage. They're memorials. Steel skeletons filled with memories and echoes. Across the world, airports once full of life now sit frozen in time. The Berlin Tempelhof Airport, once a symbol of Nazi ambition and later a Cold War icon, now stands silent. Visitors report footsteps echoing down the empty halls and distant voices speaking German through the static of old radio systems long disconnected. In Manila, the Nichols Airfield, abandoned after World War II, became the center of terrifying legends. Pilots claim to see figures waving from the end of the runway, signaling for a flight that will never come. And in Colorado, deep in the Rocky Mountains, a forgotten training base known only to a few ex-military staff hides a massive hangar sealed since the 1950s. Locals call it Hangar 9. They say at night you can still hear engines warming up inside, though the power lines were cut half a century ago. The further you go from the noise of civilization, the closer you get to the ghosts of aviation history. Before we continue deeper into the dark corners of aviation's forgotten past, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring more untold stories like this to light, stories that merge history, mystery, and the human spirit of flight. Now, let's go further into the hangar.
Not all hauntings are supernatural, or so scientists say. Psychologists and acoustics experts believe many airport ghost stories come from infrasound, low-frequency vibrations caused by wind passing through large metal structures. These sounds can't be heard, but they can be felt, creating unease, confusion, and even hallucinations. But what about the voices on the radio, unexplained transmissions recorded on old control tower frequencies years after closure? In 2009, a group of amateur radio operators in New Mexico picked up faint chatter, flight codes from the 1960s. At first, they thought it was interference. But the pattern matched the takeoff checklist of a jet that crashed in 1965, at an airbase only 10 miles away. Coincidence, or memory trapped in the airwaves? Every pilot knows, the sky remembers. At Kai Tak Airport in Hong Kong, one of the world's most dangerous landing strips, retired pilots still speak of a shadow plane that appeared on radar, but never landed, never responded, and never disappeared from screens. In Alaska, bush pilots report being followed by faint, unmarked aircraft over remote tundra, silent, dark, flying without transponder signals. And in the Philippines, a hangar used during the Vietnam War is said to glow faintly blue at night, though power was cut in 1972. Historians try to dismiss them as myths, but for those who've heard the sounds and seen the lights, it's not just imagination. Abandoned airports are more than relics, they're crossroads. Places where the boundaries between memory and reality blur. Every cracked runway and corroded wing carries the residue of flight, the energy of thousands of takeoffs and landings, of dreams and disasters. To some, these places are haunted by loss. To others, they are alive with history itself, replaying its own past like a record that can't stop spinning. And maybe, just maybe, the sky doesn't forget. The next time you drive past an old airport, look closer. You might see an empty hangar, or you might glimpse a chapter of aviation history that refuses to be grounded. These haunted places remind us that flight isn't just about escaping the Earth, it's about what we leave behind. If you enjoyed this journey through the haunted hangars of the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Your support helps us explore more stories where aviation meets mystery, and history meets the unknown. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies, because sometimes, the sky is watching back.